It's funny. What if I told you that a simple, everyday subway ride could spark a huge global investment idea? Today, we're going to follow a single train of thought, yeah, literally, to see how a normal everyday observation can snowball step by step into a really powerful financial insight. And it all starts somewhere you've probably been 100 times. So there I was, heading home on a packed train. Just another Tuesday, right? But then I looked up, and wow, it just hit me. I looked to my left, I looked to my right, I looked across the car. Every single person, didn't matter if they were young or old, was just glued to that little screen in their hands. Not one person was reading a book or a newspaper, just glowing rectangles everywhere. And this wasn't just a quick glance. This was a pattern, a universal human behavior happening right in front of me. And I just had this feeling, this has to mean something bigger. And that's the question that really kicked this whole thing off. I just couldn't shake it. What are the real implications when our first instinct, in any spare moment, is to pull out our phone? The answer to that led me to my first big realization. See, this isn't just about people watching videos or scrolling through feeds. It's a total revolution in who gets to create stuff. In the old media world, you had PDs, producers or program directors. These were the gatekeepers, the people in charge. Well, in the world we live in now, that role has been blown wide open. Just think about the difference. The old way, man, becoming a producer was a grind. You had to go to the right school, get a job at a big network. Access was everything, and it was incredibly limited. But today, all those barriers, they're just gone. Anybody with a phone can shoot a video, upload it to YouTube, and boom, you're a content producer with a potential audience of billions, instantly. And this is the new reality, right? Look at Mr. Beast. The guy built a global media empire, not out of some fancy Hollywood studio, but from his bedroom. He is the ultimate proof that if you have a great idea and access to a platform, anyone, and I mean anyone, has a real shot at becoming a media giant. The gatekeepers are officially irrelevant. But here's the thing. This whole creator economy, it isn't just happening on its own. It's being plugged into and supercharged by a much, much bigger global trend. These platforms are basically becoming the planet's main engine for growth. The real genius of their business model isn't just getting more users in places like the US or Europe. No, the real explosive growth, the stuff that gets investors excited, is coming from emerging markets. These platforms are perfectly set up to catch the next massive wave of global economic growth. And the drivers behind this are just so clear. You've got massive economic growth and population booms happening in regions like Africa, China, and India. As their economies take off, billions, literally billions of new people are getting online for the very first time. And what's one of the first things they do? You guessed it, they download the apps for these global platforms. Okay, and this is it. This is where my entire train of thought pulls into the final station. It all started with a simple observation on a subway, and it ends with a really clear and simple strategy for your money. How do you get in on this incredible global shift? When you lay it all out, the conclusion is kind of obvious, isn't it? These platforms have captured the world's attention. They are perfectly positioned to ride the biggest economic growth waves of our lifetime. So the most direct path to benefit from all this is to own a piece of them. And the main players here are the giants, the companies that own the digital land that we all live on now. Google owns search and video with YouTube. Meta owns our social lives. Amazon owns how we buy things. Apple owns the entire ecosystem that glues it all together on our phones. You could even argue a company like Tesla is building the platform for the future of cars and AI. They each absolutely dominate their space. So when you invest in these huge platform companies, you're not just buying a stock. You're making a bet on a massive, undeniable trend, the fact that the entire human race is becoming more and more connected. You're basically hitching your ride to that global growth engine we talked about. And that's really the final question that this whole journey leaves us with. This massive change is happening right now. It's happening every single day, on every single subway car, all over the world. So the only real question left is, how are you going to position yourself? Definitely something to think about.